Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. We are so happy that you're spending a few minutes of your day with us. Whether you're drinking coffee, walking to work, relaxing at home, or studying English right now, thank you for joining us.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be back. Today, we have a very practical episode because we're going to talk about a situation that almost every traveler experiences sooner or later.
That's right. Let me ask you something before we begin. Imagine that you've arrived in an English-speaking country. Maybe you're visiting London, New York, Toronto, Sydney, or another exciting city. You feel happy, curious, and ready to explore.
Then, after walking around for a while, you decide that you need a coffee. Maybe you're tired, maybe it's a cold morning, or maybe you simply love coffee.
So, you walk into a coffee shop. The smell of fresh coffee fills the air. People are talking, music is playing softly in the background, and then the cashier smiles at you and asks, "Hi, what can I get for you today?"
And suddenly, even if you've studied English for months, your mind goes completely blank.
Yes, many learners know exactly what that feeling is like.
If something similar has happened to you before, don't worry, you're definitely not alone.
In today's episode, we're going to help you feel more comfortable in situations like this. You'll learn useful vocabulary, practical phrases, simple conversations, and listening exercises that you can use in real life.
And by the end of the episode, you'll have everything you need to order food and drinks with more confidence.
Before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this episode, and share it with a friend who is learning English.
These small actions help us continue creating free lessons for learners around the world, and we really appreciate your support.
Also, we'd love to hear from you. Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite drink?
Is it coffee?
Tea?
Hot chocolate?
Or maybe something completely different?
Try answering in English. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Ready?
Let's begin.
Mike, why do you think coffee shops are such good places for English learners to practice speaking?
I think there are several reasons. First, the conversations are usually short and predictable. People often use the same expressions every day, which makes them easier to understand.
That's a very good point. When learners hear the same phrases again and again, they start to remember them naturally.
Exactly. You don't need complicated grammar. You don't need advanced vocabulary. In many situations, just a few useful expressions are enough.
And because the conversations are short, learners often feel less pressure. Ordering a coffee is much easier than having a long discussion about politics or business.
Definitely. Nobody expects a 5-minute speech when you order a cappuccino.
That's excellent news for beginners. Let's start with some useful words that you'll hear in many coffee shops. Tea,
Cappuccino.
muffin,
Cashier.
receipt,
Let's practice them again. Listen carefully and repeat after us. Coffee.
tea,
Latte.
cappuccino.
Espresso.
Great job!
What's your favorite coffee? I usually enjoy a cappuccino because I like the balance between coffee and milk. It's simple, classic, and delicious.
That sounds good. I usually order a latte because it's smooth and easy to drink.
And what about our listeners?
Tell us in the comments.
You can write something simple like, "My favorite drink is tea."
Or, I love cappuccino.
Remember, simple English is good English.
Now, let's imagine that we've just entered a coffee shop.
I'll be the customer.
And I'll be the cashier. Hello! What can I get for you today?
Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?
Of course! What size would you like?
Medium, please.
Anything else?
Yes, I'd also like a chocolate muffin.
Perfect! That will be €6.
Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
That's a very common conversation. If you can understand and use these sentences, you'll be able to order in most coffee shops.
Let's review some important expressions.
What size would you like?
Here you go.
Try repeating them out loud.
The more you repeat them, the more natural they will feel. Mike, can you remember a time when you ordered something in another language?
Yes, absolutely. I have learned Spanish, and one day I decided to visit a small cafe.
What happened?
Before I entered the cafe, I had practiced my sentence many times. I had repeated it while walking, and I felt completely ready.
That sounds promising.
But when it was finally my turn, I became nervous. The cashier smiled at me and waited for my order.
And then?
I forgot almost everything. I had prepared a full sentence, but in that moment I could only say, "Coffee, please."
That's actually a perfect example of what many learners experience.
Exactly. The interesting thing is that communication still worked. The cashier understood me, I received my coffee, and everything was fine.
That's an important lesson. You don't need perfect English. You only need enough English to communicate.
And confidence grows with practice.
Absolutely. Now that we've learned some basic vocabulary, let's look at a few useful phrases that you can use almost every time you visit a coffee shop.
These expressions are simple, natural, and extremely common.
Listen carefully.
Can I have a coffee, please?
I'd like a latte, please.
Can I get a sandwich?
Can I have that to go?
Can I have it here?
What's the most popular drink?
Do you have any recommendations? If you're traveling, one of the most useful expressions is,
Can I have that to go? That's true. You'll hear that phrase very often in English-speaking countries.
another useful question is,
Do you have any recommendations? People usually enjoy helping when you ask for recommendations, and sometimes you discover something new and delicious. Now it's time for a listening challenge.
listen carefully and try to answer the question.
Here is the sentence. I ordered a large coffee and a blueberry muffin because I didn't have time for breakfast this morning.
What did I order?
Take a few seconds to think.
The answer is,
A large coffee and a blueberry muffin. Excellent work.
let's try another one.
Listen carefully. The cafe was very busy, so I waited 10 minutes before I got my drink.
Why did I wait?
The answer is because the cafe was very busy.
Great job!
Remember, listening is a skill. The more you practice, the easier it becomes.
Even 10 minutes a day can help you improve.
Sometimes people start short conversations while they're waiting for their drinks.
That's called small talk, and it's very common in many countries.
Let's listen to a simple example.
Hi, is this seat free?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Are you from around here?
No, I'm visiting for work this week.
That's interesting. How do you like the city so far?
I really like it. The people have been very friendly, and I've enjoyed exploring different neighborhoods.
That's wonderful to hear.
Notice how simple that conversation was.
Exactly. Real-life English is often much simpler than learners expect.
You don't need complicated sentences to have a pleasant conversation. Let's learn 3 useful words.
Friendly,
Friendly means kind, welcoming, and pleasant. Example,
the staff were very friendly. The second word is
recommend. Recommend.
recommend means to suggest something.
Example, What drink do you recommend? And our third word is
Busy.
busy means that many people are present or many things are happening. Example, the cafe is busy today.
These are words that you'll hear frequently, so try to remember them.
Let's answer a few common questions from English learners.
Great idea!
Question number 1. What should I do if I don't understand the cashier?
You can say, "Sorry, can you repeat that, please?" Or, "Could you speak more slowly, please?"
Both expressions are polite and very useful.
Question number 2. What should I do if I make a mistake?
Don't worry about it. Most people care much more about communication.
Every mistake is an opportunity to learn something new.
Question number 3.
Should I practice these phrases before traveling?
Absolutely.
If the phrases already feel familiar, you'll feel much more confident when you use them in real situations.
Now let's practice shadowing.
Shadowing means listening and repeating immediately after the speaker.
This technique can improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and confidence.
Ready?
Listen and repeat.
Can I have a coffee, please?
I'd like a latte, please.
Can I have that to go?
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Excellent!
Keep repeating these phrases until they feel comfortable. Now let's do a fun role-play challenge. Imagine that you're standing in a coffee shop right now. I'll be the cashier, and you'll be the customer. Hello, what can I get for you today? Say your answer out loud. Excellent. Would you like anything else? Excellent. That will be €5. How would you respond? How would you respond? Very good. Very good.
Exercises like this help you think in English instead of translating everything in your head.
Why daily practice matters. Mike, what is one thing that helps learners improve faster than almost anything else?
Consistency.
Exactly. Many learners believe that they need several hours of study every day.
But that's not always true.
Sometimes 10 or 15 focused minutes are enough.
Especially when you listen actively and practice regularly.
That's one reason podcasts are so useful.
You can learn while walking,
While exercising
while driving,
or while enjoying your morning coffee.
Small daily habits create impressive long-term results.
Review of today's episode. Before we finish, let's review what we've learned today.
Number 1.
Coffee shops are excellent places to practice simple English. Number 2. You don't need perfect English to communicate successfully.
Number 3.
Useful phrases like "can I have" and "I'd like" can help you in many situations. Number 4. Listening and shadowing can improve your confidence and pronunciation.
Number 5.
Consistency is more important than perfection. And now we have challenge for this week. Before we say goodbye, we have a challenge for you.
For the next 7 days, practice 5 coffee shop phrases every day.
Say them out loud.
Use shadowing whenever possible.
And if you have a friend who is learning English, practice together.
At the end of the week, come back and tell us how it went.
We'd love to hear about your progress.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us today.
We hope this episode has helped you feel more confident about using English in real-life situations.
If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with someone who is learning English.
And before you go, answer this question in the comments. If you walked into a coffee shop right now, what would you order? Try writing your answer in English.
We love seeing your progress.
Keep learning. Keep listening. Keep speaking.
And remember, every coffee you order, every question you ask, and every conversation you have in English brings you one step closer to fluency.
Don't be afraid of mistakes.
They are part of the learning process.
Keep going.
You're improving more than you think.
Goodbye, everyone.
Take care, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.